To remain updated with the latest business news, click on the bell icon.
There are certain steps which need more clarity. Now, on virtual digital assets, they have introduced a tax of 30%. At the same time, sir, while this measure is intended to disincentivize, discourage people trading or occupying or holding cryptocurrencies or NFTs, the government still is sending out mixed signals. And the government should send out a very clear signal. How are you going to define crypto? Is it an asset? Is it a currency? Is it something that can be speculative? We are waiting for the legislation and for the clarity to come. And why it is important for the clarity to come sooner rather than later? Because so many people in India are in trading in cryptocurrencies. So many exchanges have been set up. And so normally when there is an IT technology-based change that takes place, we welcome it. And Indians are the first to welcome. Indians are the first to adopt it and innovate it and put an Indian context to it. And therefore, already there are record volumes of crypto-based transactions. Already a lot of young IT engineers are involved in this. But the government, while in putting a 30% tax, while they're coming out with further and further clarifications that it can't be offset, the losses cannot be offset. But I appeal to the government to have two approaches in mind. One approach should be that if you want to treat crypto as a sin and you want to have a high tax on it and you want to eventually ban it, then be specific and have that. But bear in mind that a lot of people would indulge in crypto and indulge in these operations in the dark net, and all of these operations will go underground.
You are supporting cryptocurrency?
No, I'm saying I'm asking the government to be clear, to have a clear approach.
Clarity.
Have clarity.
Okay.
And I'm asking for a policy to come out sooner rather than later. And secondly, I'm asking, sir, at the same time, I hope the government doesn't change its mind. Because there are parts of this world, I'm just outlining the complexity of the issue. Because there are parts of the world, there are even countries which are adopted crypto as officially. Different countries have come out with regulations. Japan has one set of regulations. America has another set of regulations. So the government needs to have two approaches. One, if there is a ban, what is going to be your approach so that crypto doesn't become the route for money laundering or illicit activities or drugs or crime? B, if they do want to regulate it, then what are the lessons that we can learn from America and Japan from elsewhere? But that is, I rest it over here, but nonetheless, sir, point being, crypto is a risk at this moment, is a risk. And crypto is not the only risk that is in today's market. Sir, the stock market, sir, if you would see, over the last 2 years, especially during pandemic, there have been a lot of new investors in the stock market. Many say that while for people who are sitting in their homes for 2 years, as a way to occupy themselves, as a way to counter the low interest rates from banks, a lot of young people, a lot of people, middle class people, a lot of women, elderly people have rushed into the stock market. Now the stock market is not simple. It's complicated. It has its own rules. It has own laws and principles. And the government must be concerned because right now there are so many commercials on YouTube, people selling their advice and encouraging people to invest in the stock market. And there are a lot of new investors. Now that could be another bubble. That could be another bubble that is waiting to burst. And therefore, I request the government to be also taken into account of this matter.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.